Hello everyone, this is Ashish and good morning bacha log. So in this particular workshop today we'll be talking about statistics, right? One of those topics, right, where we are normally not comfortable. The concepts are not that difficult, but it is just the feel of that particular problem that makes us uncomfortable. So in this particular workshop, I would be talking about the different tips and tricks of statistics so that at the end of it, you become comfortable with whatever kind of question comes in your way. Right, so once again, welcome to Infinity Learn JEE and I'm your host and host for this particular workshop. So before we move on, right, we need to like and subscribe the YouTube channel if it is your first time. And if it is not your first time, then you can share the channel, right, with the other friends and relatives of yours. So before we move on, let us talk about the master classes. Now what are IL master classes? IL master classes first of all are the free lectures, right? You don't have to pay for any lecture, it is just completely free. Now that's the best part, right? What we do in these free master classes is, these classes are for students who want to clear their concepts right from the very basic till the advanced level. So in these master classes, the top educators, right, of the nation, they would be conducting these sessions on every topic or subtopic. For example, let's say if I talk about permutation and combination, right, so there would be a lecture on, let's say, dearrangement or grouping or distribution, right. So if you are not comfortable with the grouping, or let's say if you want to understand the integrity of grouping, right, then you can attend these IL master classes over there. Now for these master classes, you have to visit the website, which is infinitylearn.com. Go over there, you will find the complete list of all the master classes that are going to happen on the day, right? That, for example, if you visit today, then you will have the list of the topics which are happening today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow, right? So 2-3 days altogether. So you can continuously visit the website for the upcoming lectures. You can register for n numbers of master classes. It is not fixed that you can attend only 1 or 2 or 3. You can attend physics, chemistry and maths, whatever topic, subtopic, faculty you like the most, attend it, right, and clear your concepts. Apart from the concepts, right, you have a test series, you have a mock test and you have a previous year questions free papers, right. So you can enjoy these things apart from the concept clarity. These master classes are open for everyone, no matter if you are appearing for 2022 exam or if you are in 11th in 2022, which means you will be appearing in 2024. So the lectures are beneficial for everybody, right? Those who have not studied the concept, those who have studied the concept but have not understood it, those who want to get deeper into the concept. So these classes are open for everyone. Go over there, register on the website and enjoy these free classes. So now we'll move on to the statistics, right? Now the statistics, right, as I said, there would be one problem from this particular chapter, right, in your exam. Now how do we deal with the statistics? Statistics normally talk about the mean, median, right, variance, standard deviation. Now when we talk about the mean, let us try to understand. So right now I will give you the logical definition, because if your logics are clear, no matter if we know the formula or not, right, we can crack the question inside the examination hall. Right, I would be sharing some of the formula, but the formulas would be limited only. We will not be taking every formula over there. Logic plus a formula would be enough for us, right? This is how we're gonna learn this particular topic. So stay with me and we will be diving into the statistics. So where was I? Right, mean. Now when we talk about mean, mean is nothing but the average, right? And what is the average? Sum of all the observation upon total number of the observation. So in logical sense, if I think, what does average means? Average means is the equal distribution. For example, let's say in a class, if there are students, right? So every student has performed in a test. Every student will have a different marks. Somebody will get 7, somebody will get 10, somebody will get 9, somebody will get 4. So everybody has been distributed some numbers, right? Now, what is the average? Average is whatever marks all the students have got. If I equally distribute among all of them, then the average would be the equal number. For example, let's say if I talk about two boys, A and B, A has 4, B has 6. So if I divide equally, then it would be 5, 5. So the equal distribution becomes your average. So if you try to find out the average, average would be 5. We move on to median. What is a median? Median is when you arrange the data in an increasing or a decreasing order, the middlemost value is your median. Now whether you arrange in increasing or decreasing, your middlemost value will not change, right? The starting and the ending can change, but the middlemost value remain the same. So median talks about the middlemost value. Whether you have a data, whether you have a group table, right, or you have a class intervals, your logic remains the same. Median is always the middlemost value. That's it, right? Now we move on to mode. What do we mean by a mode? Mode is that number which repeats the maximum number of times, right? So I just have to find out the maximum frequency of the number. For example, let's say if I have a data where I have 1, 3 2s and 1 4. So I know the maximum number of times the number which has appeared is 2. So mode becomes 2. Let's say if I have another set of data 1, 2, 3. So all the numbers are occurring once. So all the numbers are occurring maximum number of times. So over here I will have 3 modes, 1, 2 and 3. So a number of modes can be 1 or more than 1, right? Now we'll talk about standard deviation. What is a standard deviation? Standard deviation gives you the scatteredness of the data, right? Let's say if I have a mean, then how my data is being scattered around that particular mean, right? So if the data is closely spaced, right, then my standard deviation would be something else, and if my data is widely spread, then my standard deviation will change. So standard deviation gives you the how close are your data values, right? How do I calculate standard deviation? For standard deviation, we represent it by sigma, and it is given by under root of numerator. I will have x bar minus x whole square. So I will take the difference of every data from the mean, I will square it and I'll sum it, right? So sigma of x bar minus x whole square upon n, and I have to take the square root of this, which is known as the standard deviation. If I square it, right, sigma is under root of something. So if I square it, sigma square will be known as the variance. So if somebody says find out the variance of a data, right, because many of the times you will observe in JEE, every second question talks about variance. So what is a variance? Variance is the square of the standard deviation. What is the standard deviation? It is under root of sigma of x bar minus xi whole square upon n, where n is the number of observation. Now this formula of standard deviation talks about datas, right? Let's say if I have the intervals or if I have some other distribution given, then I can rearrange this standard deviation, right? Or let's say if I talk about the variance, sigma square will be equal to summation x bar minus x whole square upon n. If I expand this and I simplify, then I will get a relation which is known as expected value, e of x square minus ex whole square. I would be using these formulas right over in many of the problems, so I would be writing them. So don't worry about ki sir you are not writing the formulas. I will write, right? We have a 1 hour session, so I will clear out everything. So standard deviation square, that is variance, will be also be equal to ex square minus ex whole square. What is ex? Ex is capital Ex. Ex is the expected value. You will find questions saying find the expected value. I can give you a simple trick. Expected value is nothing but your mean, right? जैसे घर में नहीं होता राहुल घर का नाम है, बाहर का नाम चिंटू है, सेम वैसा ही है, मीन घर का नाम है, बाहर का नाम expected value है. So if somebody talks you, right, or somebody wants you to find out the expected value of a data, so in short you have to find the mean of that particular data and nothing else. Your mean is basically equal to your expected value, right? So these are the concepts, right, which we would be using in this particular chapter. So I will be writing the formulas, I would be helping you to understand, comprehend the question. Stay with me and we'll solve all these examples. And by the end of this session, that's my promise that तुम exam में JEE में जो भी question आएगा statistics का पक्का से फोड़ के आने वाले हो. Provided 1 घंटा मेरी बात सुनते हो, right? So now we start with the example number 1. Let us read the example number 1. What does it say? Mean age of 25 teachers in a school is 40 years. So I have 25 teachers data whose mean is given as 40 years. A teacher retires at the age of 60 and a new teacher is appointed in his place. If the mean age of the teachers in the school now is 39 years, then the age of the newly appointed teachers, right? I know each one of you is pretty smart. तुम्हें मालूम है कैसे करना है, right? देखो, और क्वेश्चन में जो कब आया हुआ है 2021, right? लास्ट ईयर ऐसे क्वेश्चंस ही आते हैं. समझते हैं इस क्वेश्चन को. मीन निकालना है, राइट? तो मीन का फॉर्मूला क्या हो जाता है? मीन अपन लिखते हैं एक्स बार से. मीन होता है सिग्मा एक्स आई अपॉन एन, राइट? द इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन दैट आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट. सिंपल, सारी वैल्यूज को ऐड कर दो, सम ऑफ ऑल द ऑब्जर्वेशन अपॉन एन, तो मुझे क्या निकाल के दे देगा? एक्स बार. आई कैन ऑल्सो राइट दिस एज एन इंटू एक्स बार. एन को क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करा दिया मैंने. एन इंटू एक्स बार विल बी इक्वल टू समेशन ऑफ एक्स आई, मतलब सारी की सारी ऑब्जर्वेशन का सम. अब यहाँ पे देखो, सबसे पहली कंडीशन क्या दी अपन को? 25 teachers were there, the average is 40. So from here I can say that sigma xi, sum of age of all the teachers is 25 n into x bar, 25 into 40, sorry. Right? So now I got the sum of age of all the teachers. Now I have one teacher who left at the age of 60. तो अभी इसमें से अगर 60 माइनस कर दूंगा, so if I subtract 60, so I will get the age of all the 24 teachers. Now there is a new teacher whose age I don't know. So let me call the age as x. So now this expression, I can say this is the new xi. From the total sum, I have removed the age of the teacher who left and I have added the age of the teacher who has joined the school. So once again, I have 25 teachers. So my new x bar will be given by sum upon total number of the teachers, that is 25. And what is the new average? New average is 39. So now from here we can simplify. This becomes 25 into 40 minus 60 plus x is equal to 25 into 39. So if you simplify, this becomes x is equal to 60 minus 25 into 40 plus 25 into 39. X will be equal to minus 25, that is 35. So now I got the age of the teacher. This is if I use the formula, right? I can also solve this logically, right? How come? The average is 40 years, right? Remember, what is the average? Equal distribution. So if average is 40 years, so logically every teacher is having a age 40 years, right? That is how the equal distribution stands, right? Now one teacher left of 60 years. So now logically तो उस टीचर के पास में 40 था ना, वो 20 एक्स्ट्रा लेके गई है. तो 20 एक्स्ट्रा लेके गई है, तो सबने क्या किया होगा? इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया होगा उस 20 को देने के लिए. तो वो 20 किसने दिया होगा? इन 24 टीचर्स ने. तो हर टीचर के पास में कितना बच गया होगा? राइट, इतना सबके पास में इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है. अभी एज को मैं नंबर ले रहा हूँ अभी यहाँ पे, है ना. अब क्या हो रहा है, मेरे पास एक नई टीचर आ गई, राइट. लेट्स से उस टीचर की एज, राइट, कुछ है, राइट. लेट्स से मैंने मान लिया उसकी एज x है. तो अभी क्या होगा, उसको इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चाहिए होगा, तो वो भी अपने पास इतना रखेगी, राइट. तो वो x में से इतना निकाल दो, ये एक्स्ट्रा बच जाएगा उसके पास. ये एक्स्ट्रा क्या होगा, सब में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो जाएगा. सब में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करा दो 25. तो ये सब में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो गया और पहले सबके पास में ये था. तो इन दोनों का जो सम होगा वही नया एवरेज आ रहा होगा, विच इज 39, राइट. सो आई एम नॉट सॉल्विंग इट, राइट. यहाँ पे मैंने सिर्फ लॉजिकली तुम्हें समझाया कैसे मैं इस केस का आंसर निकालूंगा. लेट अस मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल. Now it says in a series of 2n observation, half of them are A and remaining half of them are minus A, right. So आधे A हैं, A n times A है और n times C minus A है. तो इसको देखते ही मेरे को समझ में आता था सबका सम करूंगा तो जीरो आने वाला है. और if the sum of the observation is zero, which means the mean is zero, right? Because mean is sum of the observation upon total number of the observation. So I know from the data that x bar is 0 for sure. Now what I have done, I have added a constant b in each of the observation. The mean and the standard deviation of a new set is 5 and 20, right? So let us write the formula for x bar, that is sigma xi upon n. So this would be x1 plus x2 and so on, xn upon n. And if I find out the sigma, what was the sigma formula? Under root of summation of x bar minus xi whole square upon n. N is the number of terms. So let me use only small n. Right, this is standard deviation. Now observe carefully over here. X bar is what? X bar is sum of all the observation. So if I am adding b to every term, right, now think in terms of equal distribution. Everybody is having x bar and now you are distributing b to every term. So now everybody will have x bar plus b. So that becomes my new mean, right? So if you are distributing equal number of things to everybody, your mean will also change, and mean will change by the same magnitude, right guys? So I am not using any formula over here. Logically I can say the new mean would be the original mean plus b. So x bar new will be x old plus b, right? Because I have added b. If you have subtracted b, then your mean would also be subtracted by b. If you multiply by b, your mean will also be multiplied by b. Yes or no? No, right? Multiplication, it won't hold true. Equal distribution, right? So now it is plus b. So what is x bar? X bar is 0. So I got new mean is nothing but b. But it says new mean is equal to 5. So I got b is equal to 5. So I got the first value b, right? Now let us talk about the standard deviation. Now see, I can solve this complete question logically. Just stay with me and we'll understand. This is your sigma, right? This is the formula for sigma. Now what I am doing is I am adding b to every term, right? So every term will be increased by b. Your mean will also be increased by b. For example, if mean is x, right? Or let's say mean is 1. So now your new mean would be 1 plus b. Your value was 2. Now the new value would be 2 plus b. So if I take, look over here, right? Inside the sigma, x bar minus x. So x bar is also increased by b, x is also increased by b. So when I take this particular bracket to find out my new sigma, what will I do? X bar plus b minus x plus b. B and b will cancel out. So this numerator will not change, right? So if this numerator will not change, look at the denominator. Denominator is number of the observation. This will also not change. So if you are adding b to all the terms, standard deviation will not decrease or increase. It will not change. If you are subtracting b, it will also not change. Go back to the logical definition. Standard deviation talks about how close the data is, right? So now if everybody has moved 5 units away, then distance between them remains the same, right? So the closeness remains the same. For example, right, I am at let's say 2 distance away from the screen. So if I move 3 units and the screen also move 3 units, our closeness remains the same, right? Same is happening over here in the standard deviation. Standard deviation will not change. So your new standard deviation would be the old standard deviation only. So your new is 20, and what was the old one? Old one we have to calculate. So sigma new is equal to 20. This is also equal to your sigma old. Now I will calculate sigma old, right? Now this is the one formula, and remember I have told you another formula for sigma. Sigma square, you can write square, is basically e of x square minus ex whole square. What is ex? Ex is expected value, which is sigma xi upon n in terms of x, right? This is also equal to sigma xi pxi, when you talk about the probabilities, right? Now somebody might can think, sir, this and this, how can they be same, right? Let us look at this formula. What is this? X into x1 plus x2 and so on. Split them, x1 by n, x2 by n, x3 by n. They will be the probabilities, right? Because x1 is the number of ways in which x1 can occur, upon n is the total number of ways. So this formula and this formula are the same. They both will represent the mean. This is also equal to expected value. So expected value is nothing but a different name for a mean. So Ex. Now what is Ex square? I'll square the x first, right? Then I'll find out the mean of x square. Or if I use this formula, then you square, so it will be xi into p xi whole square, right? So now over here I am trying to find out the value of sigma. So sigma square would be I don't have to find out, right? So this is the list of the formulas, right? Let me just observe this. So what were we doing? I forgot about the question. We have 2n observations, right? Half of them are A, half of them are minus A, by adding the constant B. Okay, fine. So I was trying to find out the standard deviation, right? So now standard deviation, what is a mean? Right, for the standard deviation I would be using this particular formula only. So what is the mean? Mean is 0, and I will take mean minus observation. What are the observation? N are A and half of them are minus A. So 0 A square, 0 plus A square, 0 plus A square, and so on. And when I'll have minus A, it will also be A square, because square of negative number is the same, right? Upon total number of the observation, that is 2n, right? Sigma x bar is 0, so it becomes sigma minus xi whole square, that is sigma x square. So square of all the values. So I have 2n values, so this becomes 2n A square upon 2n. So this is nothing but A square. So sigma square is A square. So sigma n is 20, so this becomes 400. So A square is 400, B square is 25. So my answer would be A square plus B square, that is 425, right? So I hope this question is clear. And now we have the list of all the formulas as far as mean, standard deviation, variance, expected value is there, right? So now we can move on with the next example. What is the next example? The mean and the standard deviation are given to you. Of 20 observation, they are being 10 and 2.5. It was found that by mistake one data was taken as 25 instead of 35, right? तो अपन ने कैलकुलेट तो पूरा कर लिया, पंगा क्या हो गया है? 35 नंबर था, मैंने उसको गलती से 25 ले लिया है और उसके अकॉर्डिंग मीन और स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन निकाल दिया है. अब वो बोल क्या रहा है कि आप मुझे करेक्ट वाला मीन और स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन निकाल के बताओ कितना होगा, राइट? तो ठीक है, अपनी जो गलती हुई है, विल ट्राई टू रिमूव दैट पर्टिकुलर मिस्टेक. नाउ हाउ टू रिमूव दैट पर्टिकुलर मिस्टेक? लेट अस ऑब्जर्व ओवर हियर. So once again I'll get back to the concept or the formula, right? Now mean का formula क्या है अपना बच्चा लोग? It is sigma xi upon n. तो मैं summation निकाल दूंगा सारी values का. Sigma xi would be equal to what? Number of observation is 20 into 10. This is the sum of all the observation, right? And this sum has 25 in it, which is incorrect. So let me remove 25. So I have removed 25. So now I have sum of 19 values, and this sum is correct of 19 values. Now I have to add the 20th value. 20th value is 35. So now I have added 35. So this is corrected one. So how much is this? 200 plus 10. This is 210. So what is my new mean? 210 upon 20. So 10.5. Right? So I know option A and option C is not correct for sure, because my mean is 10.5. Now I have to find out the standard deviation. So let us see how do we find the SD. Now what is the SD? Summation of, so I'll take the square, right, so that I don't have to write the under root. Ex square minus Ex whole square, right? This is what the formula is. Or I can also use sigma x bar minus xi whole square divided by n, right. So now first of all we'll try to find out, we'll try to accommodate this error, right. This error has been done. So I am using this formula only. So sigma of x bar minus xi whole square, this is sigma square into n. What is sigma square? 2.5 whole square into 20, right. Now this is the old sigma x bar minus xi whole square. I will remove the error. What is the error? This would be summation of all these squares, right. One of those square is incorrect where I have taken 25. So I remove that square from it. So I am trying to find out the corrected one. So I am writing C over here, corrected one. So this is the old one. Subtract that perfect square. What is x bar? What was x bar? For this I can use the x bar as 10, right. So 10 minus 25 whole square, right. This value would have been here in this because your incorrect x bar was 10 and xi was 25. So I have subtracted that one. Now I'll add the corrected one. Now corrected one, so I will use the corrected, right. Corrected one would be how much? What is the mean? Where is the new mean? Yeah, 10.5, right. So 10.5 minus 35 whole square, right. So now I have added the corrected square over here and I have removed the incorrected one. So this becomes my corrected sigma x bar minus xi whole square, right. So if I have to find out sigma square, then I'll take under root of this, whatever this expression is, let's say call this as lambda. So under root of lambda upon total number of the observation is 20, right. So this is sigma, right. Sigma is with under root. If I square it, it becomes sigma square is equal to lambda upon 20. So now if there are errors which are over there, I can remove first those elements, right, which are the incorrect ones. Once you have removed it, then you can add the corrected one. And once you have added the corrected one, then you can use the formula to find the mean or the standard deviation. Both of these cases I have sought out over here, mean as well as the standard deviation. Let us move on to the next example, right. The remaining calculation, we can easily do the remaining calculation. So I am not getting into the calculation wala thing. So now the next example, mean and variance of four numbers 3, 7, xy be 5 and 10. Then the mean of these four numbers. Wonderful, right. So I have mean of 3, 7, xy. So I know 3 plus 7 plus x plus y upon 4 is equal to 5. So this is 20. So x plus y is equal to 10. So I got my first equation. Second equation would be variance, right. Now I'll find the variance. Variance is sigma square, right. Sigma square is x bar minus xi whole square divided by n. So sigma square is equal to x bar is how much? 5. So 5 minus 3 whole square plus 5 minus 7 whole square plus 5 minus x whole square plus 5 minus y whole square upon 4, right. This would be sigma square. Sigma square means the variance. So variance is given as 10. So from here I can find my another equation. 5 minus 3 is 2, right. This is 4. This is minus 2. So square is 4 plus 25 plus x square minus 10x plus 25 plus y square minus 10y is equal to 40. So I get x square plus y square minus 10x. Or do one thing, don't expand this, right. Otherwise I'll directly substitute, right. Y to expand, because over here I have a relation between x and y. So I will directly substitute y and I will find the equation in x. So this is 4, this is 4, this is 5 minus x whole square over y. I will write, what is y? 10 minus x. This is equal to 40, right? So we'll get the x directly. This is 8. This is how much? Now I'll open 25 plus x square minus 10x. Now this becomes 5 minus 10 is minus 5 plus x. So once again the same expression, x square plus 25 minus 10x is equal to 40. So I have 2x square minus 20x, 50, 58. So 58 is 18 is equal to 0. So from here, right, 58 here, square minus 10x plus 9 is equal to 0. So x minus 9 into x minus 1 is equal to 0. So from here we get x is equal to 1 or 9. Now what is x? X is 1 or 9, right? So x and y are not known. So now I have to find the value of y. So if x is 1, y would be 9 because the sum has to be equal to 10. And if x is 9, y needs to be 1. But the question says x is larger than y. X is larger than y, so xy will be 9 comma 1. 1 comma 9 will not be accepted over here. So I got 9 comma 1, right? So we have x comma y. Now what we have to do is, we got xy, now we have to find the mean of these 4 numbers. So if x and y is known, I can find out the mean, right? So mean is easy. For mean, I just have to take the sum of all the observation divided by the number of observation. So quickly guys, x bar would be how much? 3 plus 2x plus 7 plus 2y plus x plus y plus x minus y. Let us add all these values and divide by the number of observation. So how much this would be? So y gets out. I have 2x plus 2x, 4x, 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 2y upon 4. Now put your values, 9 and 1. So this is 36 plus 10 plus 2 upon 4. So if I divide by 4, 36 by 4 would be 9, 12 by 4 would be 3. So 9 plus 3 is 12 and that will be your final answer. Right? I have to find out the mean, yeah. So 12 is the answer, right? So now you have understood how to solve the mean and the variance and the formulas which are applicable over here. The rest of the problem will follow the same concept. Let us try the other problems as well. Now the mean of 10 numbers. Now this is slightly different, right? Because this involves sequence and series as well. Why? Because see, I have to find out the mean of these 10 numbers, so I have to find out the sum. And if I have to find out the sums, these numbers are not easy numbers, right? Where I can just find out the sum. It's a series, right? So I have to first find out a sum of this series. And we have also talked in sequence and series that whenever you have to find the sum, if it's AP, GP, right, it is okay, right? You can directly find out the sum. If it is not AP, GP, then to find out the sum, you have to write the nth term. Once nth term is known, then you can find out the Sn. So over here, let us try to find out the Tn of this particular expression. So for Tn, we need to observe, right? We need to observe the pattern over here. Let us observe all of them. 7 into 10, 10, 7 into 8, 10 into 10, 13 into 12, 16 into 14 and so on, right? So if I look at the numbers, right, there is no logic in these two numbers. This is 7, 8, 10, 10, 13, 12, 16, 14, okay. So if I observe the first numbers, do I see anything? 7, 10, 13, 16, right? Yes, it's a AP. It's a AP of difference 2. Let us observe the second one. Yes, it is also a AP of difference 2. Wonderful. So I can write the Rth term. Rth term would be the Rth term of this AP. 7, 10, 13, 16. So A plus R minus 1 into D, right? If I put R is equal to 1, I get 7 into the second term. It is also a AP, right, with a common difference 2. So 8 plus R minus 1 into 2. So now TR is known. Let us simplify this. 7 minus 3 would be 4 plus 3R. How much is this? 8 minus 2, that is 6 plus 2R. I can take 2 out, right? 4 and we'll multiply afterwards. So this is 3 plus r. Now you multiply. So I'll get 12 plus 9r square plus 4r plus 3r square. Just a sec. 4 3s are 12 plus 9r plus 4r plus 3r square. Yeah. So now I got 2 into 3r square plus 13r plus 12. Or if you want, you can multiply with 2. Right, so either you can multiply with 2 or you can leave 2 outside. Right, both of them will give the same answer. It's mathematics. So now I got the TR, right? So I have to find out the SN. SN of this particular TR for how many terms? 10 terms, right? Now over here, I will once again revise the summation formula for sigma r square and sigma r cube. So sigma r would be, let's say r goes from 1 to n. So n into n plus 1 by 2, that is the sum of first n natural number. Sum of the squares of first n natural number is this, r cube, sum of the first cubes of the natural number, right? These are the formulas. So I have to use r square and r only, right? Sigma r cube is not applicable in this particular question. So S10, 6, r square is this formula, n is the number of terms. In my question n is 10, so I am directly writing 10 into 11 into 21 by 6 plus 26. Sigma r would be 10 into 11 by 2, 24 into 10, right? Constant term would be added 10 times. Now this is your sum. So I am not calculating this, right? You can do the calculation by your own. So this is your S10. But my answer is mean. So how do I find the mean? That's simple, right? You divide this by 10. So if I divide this by 10, this becomes your answer. Right? So this question becomes statistics plus thoda sa sequence and series. Let us move on to the next example. Let's pick a different color. I'm bored with yellow now. Right? So let n be an odd natural number such that the variance of 1, 2, 3 till n is 14. You have to just find the value of n. Okay, so n is an odd natural number and I just have to find the variance of all these numbers. Right? So variance is pretty easy. How can I find the variance? Variance is sigma x bar minus xi whole square upon n. So if I have 1 to n, these are the data values, right? So what would be your x bar? X bar is 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on till n upon n. So sum of all the first n natural number, अभी अपन ने formula देखा था, n into n plus 1 by 2 into n. So this would be n plus 1 by 2. So I got my mean as x bar is equal to n plus 1 by 2. So now I can solve x bar minus x1, xi. Nothing over here, right? If I use this formula over here, so I have to, or let me show you guys. So if I solve this question using this formula, so I got x bar. Now I have to write x bar minus xi whole square summation. So I'll have n plus 1 by 2 minus 1 whole square plus n plus 1 by 2 minus 2 whole square and so on, n plus 1 by 2 minus n whole square, right? I will have n terms, this upon n, right? This would be my answer. Let us solve this. How much would this be? I take LCM, this becomes minus 2, so this is n minus 1 whole square. I will have 1 by 4 outside plus this becomes n minus 3 whole square, right? Then I will have n minus 5 whole square and so on. Over here I'll have 1 minus n whole square. This whole divided by n, right? So now I can observe, right, n is odd number, so odd minus 1 is an even number, right? So this is even number whole square, this is the next even number and so on, right? So I can take 2 square common, right? Or let us put n is equal to 2k plus 1, right, because n is an odd number. So if I put n is equal to 2k plus 1, 1 by 4, this becomes 2k plus 1 minus 1, so 2k, so 4k square. This becomes 2k minus 2, so 4k minus 1 whole square plus 4, 2k plus 1. So now I got k square plus k minus 1 whole square and so on, right? Now it becomes sequence and series question. Now if you observe, this is consecutive numbers, k square, k minus 1 is consecutive, this is k minus 2 and so on. So I have the sum of consecutive numbers, right? Sum of squares of consecutive numbers, sorry. Now, so I can use the formula of sum of n square over here, right? Sum of squares of first n natural number is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 upon 6, where n is equal to number of terms, first thing. Second, it should start with 1. So now number of terms, I know number of terms over here would be n, because there are n brackets, right? So number of terms would be n, but is this starting from 1? Because this is k square, k minus 1 whole square and so on. Let us see what will be the last expression. When I put n is equal to 2k plus 1, right, so this will go to 4k square, so minus k square. So this is interchanging, right, from k to minus k. Hence, I have to find out twice the sum of 1 to k, right, because in the middle somewhere I'll get 0. So I will have k square, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. On the other side, I will have minus 1 square, minus 2 square, minus 3 square. So you can find out the sum, and that is the one approach. The other approach can be, if I, instead of using this expression, if I use e of x square minus ex whole square, right. Now this will save time. Let me help you out, right, with this particular expression. Variance I can calculate like this. This is my approach. Now why in this question this formula will help me? What is ex? Ex was the mean, right? So I can find out the mean, right? Finding out ex will not be that difficult because I have all the numbers. So what is the ex? Ex we have already figured out, right? This is your ex, right? So I know this term. So this term is nothing but n plus 1 by 2 whole square. Now what is this? E of x square. So you have to square the term first and then find out the expected value. So if I square all the terms, my terms becomes 1 square, 2 square, 3 square and so on till n square, right? This is your term. Now E of x square is the mean of these values. Now find out the mean of these values. This is E of x square, right? Because this is x square. What is E of x square? 1 square plus 2 square and so on till n square upon n. And I know the expansion of 1 square plus 2 square till n square, that is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. So I got n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, and I already have a n. So this gets out, you got n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6. So I got n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6, and I got my answer, right? I can simplify this. The simplified value would be your answer. So in the exam, right, some people think these two formulas are two different formulas. They are not different. This comes when you open this square and simplify this. So both of them are the same formula. All you have to do is, just before you attempt that I have to use this or this, right, look at your data, whether finding out this would be easy or x bar minus xi would be easy. Whichever is easy, follow that particular path only, because both these approaches will give you the right answer, but one might can end up with taking or consuming time, the other might can give you the answer in 2 minutes, right? So remember, these two approaches, they are same, and it depends upon this approach. If the values are given, you can find out x and x squares, right? Then this approach is obviously preferred, because right now I have the values. The previous examples where we were talking about mean and standard deviation, I have the new standard deviation. This was incorrect, so the corrected data over there, the values were not given, so I was not being able to find out x square. So far till this example I was always using this, right? So always remember this. Now we'll move on to the next example, guys. Right, so what this example is, mean and the variance of 7 observation are 8 and 16. If 2 observation are 6 and 8, find out the variance of the remaining 5 observation, right? So I will not be getting into the approach of this one, sorry, the solution of this one, but we would discuss the approach only. So now I have the 7 observation, right? And I have to find out the remaining 5. These 2 are the data which I have to remove. So how do I find the mean? 7 into 8 would be the summation of sigma, right? And into x bar. So 7 into 8, that is 56. Remove these 2 elements. So I will have the sum of the 5 observation divided by 5. So I'll get my mean. Right, so your mean, you don't have to find the mean. So we'll get the mean. Now I have to find out the variance. What is variance? Variance is sigma square, right? Which is E of x square minus E square x. So can I find out E of x square over here? No, right? Because I don't have the observations. Clear? You can still find out the answer if you assume the other 5 observations are A, B, C, D and E. So you will have A square plus B square plus C square plus D square plus E square, and from there you can calculate the variance. But instead of going by that way, I can follow the sigma x bar minus xi whole square divided by n, right? So from the original, remove those values, right? I know the x bar, I know the x. So x bar minus 8 minus 6 whole square, 8 minus 8 whole square. Remove these 2 values. So these 2 values are gone. Now from the new mean, find out the x bar minus xi whole square and divide this by n. So you will get your variance over there, right? So the same concept, hence I am not solving this particular solution. We are just discussing this. Let us move on. So next example. What is the next example over here? Let x be a random variable with this probability distribution. This is x, this is px. Remember, expected value is sigma xi pxi. Mean they are 2.3. What is mean? Mean is the expected value. So I know sigma xi pxi is nothing but 2.3. So what is xi pxi? The corresponding values. So I can write this as minus 2 by 5 minus a. Multiply these two. So you will get xi pxi plus 1 plus 4 by 5 plus 6b. This is equal to 2.3. So I got one equation in x and y, right? What is the other equation? These are the probabilities. So I know the sum of all the probabilities would be 1. So now you got 1 by 5 plus a plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5 plus b is equal to 1. So I got 2 equations, 2 linear equations and 2 variables a and b. So I can try to find out the values of a and b from these 2 equations, right? You can simplify and find out the values of a and b. What do I have to find out? If the variance is sigma square, I have to find out the 100 sigma whole square, right? So variance is sigma square. So now over here I have the x and px. So what I'll do is I'll find out the ex square minus ex whole square. What is ex square? Ex square is equal to x square into px, right, minus x into px whole square, summation, right? Expected value of x square means mean of x square. So instead of x, I will have x square, right? Probability would remain the same, right? Probability will not change. So if the x minus 2, the probability is 1 by 5. If I square it and if I say 4, the probability of 4 will still be 1 by 5 only. So this remains same, it's only the x square. So now I can calculate this, right, and I can put sigma square. I can find the sigma square, then 100 sigma square would be my answer, because that is what the question is asking us to find out, right? So yes, so we can do the calculation, the solving part, right, and I have comprehended the question for you. So now the next example. Now I have a class interval, right, and I have to find out the mean and median, right? So what was median? The middlemost value, right? What is a mean? 309 upon 22. Okay, so I have to find out the mean and the median. Mean is given as 309 upon 22. Now what is the mean? Mean is sum of all the observation upon total number of the observation, right? Now see, you don't have to remember or memorize any formulae. whenever there is a class interval given, right? For example, it is given, or let's say I pick something else. 12 to 18, there are 12. What is the frequency? Number of people, for example, or number of things. So in between 12 to 18, 12 things are there. Now these 12 numbers can be either at 13 or 14 or 13, some are 13, some are 13.1, some are 16.1, anywhere. So these 12 can be distributed among these 6, the interval of 6, right, in any order. So how do I find out? Because I don't know their exact values. So what do we do normally is we follow proportion, that they are equally distributed. So I will say an interval of 6, all these 12 data are distributed equally, right? Because if I don't know the observation, I cannot find out the mean or the median, right? I should know the observation. Now logically you think, between 12 to 18 there are 12 values. Now those 12 values can be anywhere. They can be 12.1, all of them can be 12.1, or all of them can be 17.9. If all of them are 12.1, my mean will change. If all of them are 17.9, my mean will change, right? So to have a constant ground, what do we normally assume is all these values are, spreaded evenly across that particular interval. If you have understood this particular concept of equal spreading, then you can find out the mean and median of everything, right? So now I have to find out mean. Now understand over here, mean is what? Sum of the observation. So I have A observations in 0 to 6 and they are equally distributed. If they are equally distributed, then the middlemost point would be the mean. So I can assume 3 is the mean for these A values. So I have 3, 3, 3 written A times. Over here 12 and 18, what is the middlemost value? 15, right? So 15 number is being written 12 times. I can assume it to be equally spreaded. So I'll find the mean. Mean would be 3 into A plus 9 into B plus 15 into 12, right? Plus 21 into 9 plus 27 into 5 upon total number of the observation. Total number of the observation, the sum of all frequencies, right? That is A plus B plus 12 plus 9 plus 5, and this is given as 309 upon 22. So if I simplify, I get my first equation between A and B, that would be a linear equation, right? आया समझ में मीन में कैसे कैलकुलेट किया? जब मेरे पास इंटरवल है, मैं कोई फॉर्मूला याद नहीं है मेरे को, राइट? बुक में तुम्हारे पास बहुत सारे फॉर्मूले होंगे क्लास विड्थ को लेके. सिंपल क्या, देखो ये डेटा इक्वली स्प्रेड करना है मुझे और कुछ नहीं करना है. अगर ये ए वैल्यूज इक्वली स्प्रेड होंगी तो मैं उन सारी ए वैल्यूज का मीन बोल सकता हूँ 3 होगा, इन बी वैल्यूज का मीन बोल सकता हूँ 9 होगा. तो मुझे अगर वेटेड मीन निकालना तो 3 इंटू मीन प्लस 9 इंटू मीन प्लस 15 इंटू मीन एंड सो ऑन. मेरा मीन आ गया. अभी मीडियन निकालना है. मीडियन कैसे निकालेंगे? मीडियन क्या होता है? अपना मिडिल मोस्ट वैल्यू. आप अरेंज करो तो आप क्या करोगे? सोच के देखो लॉजिकली, ये सब मान लो 3 हैं तो आप A टाइम्स लिखोगे 3, है ना, B टाइम्स लिखोगे 9. मेरे को बीच वाली वैल्यू निकालनी है. टोटल ऑब्जर्वेशन कितनी है? ये है. तो बीच वाली वैल्यू कितनी हो जाएगी? फटाफट निकाल लो. टोटल वैल्यूज मुझे और कहीं नहीं पता है ना. हाँ, सो A प्लस B प्लस 12 प्लस 9 प्लस 5 अपॉन 2, टोटल वैल्यूज डिवाइडेड बाय 2. तो ये वाली जो वैल्यू होगी ना वो मेरा मीडियन है, वही बीचों बीच में आ जाएगी ना, सम ऑफ ऑल दी वैल्यूज डिवाइड बाय 2. अगर 15 वैल्यू है, राइट, तो 15/2 मतलब 7.5. 16 वैल्यूज है तो 8वीं वैल्यू, राइट. सो ये, और मेरा मीडियन देखो आ कितना रहा है? 14. 14 कहाँ पे होगा? 14 तो यहाँ वाले रेंज में आ रहा होगा, है ना. मतलब आपका मीडियन आ रहा है इस इंटरवल में. इसका मतलब ये फ्रीक्वेंसी तो आपने निकाल ली पहले. अब देखो मुझे कहाँ तक जाना है? मुझे इस वैल्यू तक जाना है. मान लो तुम्हारा 15th वैल्यू मीडियन है तो आप स्टार्ट करोगे वैल्यू 1 से. वैल्यू 1, वैल्यू 2, वैल्यू 3, वैल्यू 4, वैल्यू 5. जैसे ही 15 पे पहुंचोगे उसको पकड़ लोगे, बोलोगे ये मेरा मीडियन है. तो अब देखो मैं यहाँ पे भी ये कर रहा हूँ, मुझे इस वैल्यू तक जाना है. मैं यहाँ से चलना स्टार्ट करूँगा. ए वैल्यूज़ निकल गई, बी वैल्यूज़ निकल गई. अब मैं यहाँ पे आ गया. अब इसके आगे नहीं जाऊँगा बिकॉज यहीं पे कहीं पे आ रहा है मेरा, राइट. 14 है मेरा मीडियन, तो यहीं पे कहीं पे आ रहा होगा ना. मतलब तुम्हारा मीडियन A प्लस बी से तो आगे है और A प्लस बी प्लस 12 से पीछे है. तो पहले तो ये A और B निकाल दो फटाफट से इसमें से. राइट. अब देखो मेरा मीडियन क्या होगा? 12 प्लस समथिंग होगा ना. सो 12 प्लस, अब देखो मैंने क्या किया, इतनी वैल्यूज मुझे चलनी है इतनी मेरी निकल चुकी हैं, जो बची मेरे पास वो यहीं पे ख़त्म हो रही होगी 12 से 18 में। अब 12 से 18 में ख़त्म हो रही होगी तो क्या होगा ना, इक्वली स्प्रेड करना पड़ेगा मुझे। अब इक्वली स्प्रेड करूँगा तो मैं क्या करूँगा, इसको डिवाइड करा दूंगा किससे, मेरे पास कितनी वैल्यूज़ है वहाँ पे 12, प्रपोर्शन कर रहा हूँ ना, जितनी वैल्यूज़ है डिवाइड बाय 12, तो आपको इतनी वैल्यूज़ आपको स्प्रेड करानी है। किस इंटरवल में स्प्रेड करानी है, इंटरवल कितना है तुम्हारे पास 6, यही तुम्हारा मीडियन है, और मीडियन कितना दिया हुआ है 14। दोबारा से समझाता हूँ, मीडियन क्या है, मिडल मोस्ट वैल्यू। लेट्स से इफ द मिडल मोस्ट वैल्यू, लॉजिकली थिंक, if this expression is let's say 16, right, so what will I do, this is 5, this is 4, let's say 9, so I am left with 7, so I have to find out out of these 12 where is the 7th value, right? So I know it will spread equally, so I have spreaded the 12 values in an interval of 6, right? So where would the 7th value would lie? So what will you do, 7 by 12 into 6, that is what I have done. This expression means the 7th, where I have to go minus what I have left before that interval, divided by 12 into 6, right? This, if you add in 12, you will get the particular interval which is your median, right? So hence from this I got two equations in A and B. We can solve these two equations and find out the values of A and B. Once A and B is known, you can find out the value of A minus B whole square. I think this concept is also clear, right? This is median, because we have not talked about median when there is an interval given. If it's a mean, it is easy to find out because you can take the middle point. Why we take the middle point? Because it's a mean, equal distribution, right? So it has to be about middle point. That is for point 1. For point 2, I have to use this particular concept. This median question has been asked only once, right? Otherwise, 99.99% of the cases they have asked question only on standard deviation and variance that we have talked about, right? So with this, we have come to the end of this particular session where we have talked about statistics and the different problems that come in the JEE. So I hope now the things are pretty clear to each one of you and you are pretty comfortable in scoring the marks. Go home, revise this lecture, solve the assignment, right? Solve more problems on statistics, give it 1 hour or 1.5 hours. Trust me, just by investing 1 more hour after this particular session, you would be 100% comfortable with statistics. So now over here I am talking about one of the programs, right? So which is Rapid Revision Ranker, or known as RRR program at Infinity Learn. This program is basically for students who are appearing for JEE 2022. Master class, which I talked about at the beginning, is open for all. This is only for 2022 aspirants. You get the live classes. Live classes are the live classes on the portal, not on the YouTube, neither the free master classes. These are the live classes that happen separately, right? So in this, once again, the top educators take all those concepts, right, which are essential for JEE Main, right? So apart from the live classes, you get self-learn videos, you get flashcards for your memory, so that you can revise, learn, right, the concepts of chemistry, for example, metallurgy, formulas. So flashcards would be handy. You have a adaptive practice and different practice tests, right? You have a daily test and you have a test series. Apart from it, you have a doubt session. So if you are interested in JEE 2002, this is also known as RRR batch, right? Rapid Revision Rankers batch. So if you are interested in the RRR batch, you can visit our website and you can contact over there. Right, this is, as always, this is the Telegram group where we discuss the upcoming lectures or the sessions. We share the assignments or the notes. So if you want to be updated with the things which are happening at Infinity Learn as far as IT JEE is concerned, you can log in over there and you can remain updated. So that is all from my side. Thank you so much, bacha log. I hope you have enjoyed this session and more importantly, you have understood the topic statistics. I would be meeting you again tomorrow at the same time, 2:30 p.m. with the topic trigonometric equations, right? Till then, keep learning with Infinity Learn and stay safe.